Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead season 11. Yes, season 11. So we know season 10 finale is gonna be airing later on this year. It got delayed, but we did get some information about season 11 from Angela Kang because obviously they have been working on it since, I'm sure probably a long time, because season 10 started filming in like October. So I know things are shut down right now, but Angela Kang did have an interview discussing season 11, and I want to discuss some of the stuff that she was talking about, specifically like Maggie's role in season 11, what we're going to be exploring in season 11, and also she gave a little bit of an interesting tease about Michonne, which I want to discuss as well. So with all that being said, spoiler warning in case you haven't been caught up with The Walking Dead. Also, if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe. I also want to say I hope you guys are all doing well. I know times are a little bit crazy right now with the whole coronavirus, so I hope you guys are all doing well. Please stay indoors, stay safe, wash your hands, and hopefully everything can get back to normal in a safe way. But with all that being said, let's get into the video. Alright, so I want to start off by talking about what we're going to be exploring. So comicbook.com published an article talking about how we're going to be exploring more urban environments in The Walking Dead, which is really interesting to me. So we saw at the end of season 10 they returned to the city, and I'm always a big fan of episodes where we go back into the city because they don't do it too much. So whenever it happens, it's pretty exciting. It just kind of reminds you of like classic Walking Dead. I just love seeing characters scavenge, and I don't know, it's just a good feeling, watching that. It just sort of reminds you of like the when The Walking Dead started and how things were. So we did see at the end of season 10 that Princess showed up. She was in the city with Eugene, Yumiko, and Ezekiel, and they were exploring the city. And we also know that we're, getting close to the Commonwealth, and we're going to be seeing a lot of that kind of stuff. So she had the interview originally with Deadline, and I want to quickly read exactly what she was going to say before we talk more into it. But she said, so the article reads, asked by Deadline if this mission bringing the group into the city signifies more urban environments next season. Kang said, we'll continue to look at different aspects of this world, but yeah, I'd say that. What we're working on in season 11, there will be some more urban feel and some different kinds of feels that we have been concentrating on. So it'll be a mix. So that's great because, again, we haven't had too much of that kind of stuff. I mean, the Whisperers were pretty much all wilderness, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, the Whisperers were awesome, amazing. They're still awesome and amazing. We're not done with them just yet. We still got that finale. And we don't even know what's going to happen in the finale. I don't think you're going to drag it out to season 11, but with the Whisperers, it was more, grounded and stuff like that. With the Saviors, yeah, we got, communities here and there, but for the most part, the Whisperers, they took out all the communities, so it's been like pretty much all wilderness. So I think it's going to be a good change going back into the communities, and I think that's why The Walking Dead, or at least when Angela Kang took over, it's such a good feel because she changed up the show a lot from what we were getting the past 2 seasons with Negan. The Whisperers were a totally different thing, and now we're getting the Commonwealth, which by the looks of it, it's going to be a totally different feel as well, based on what she said. So, that's always good because, I think she knows that with the Saviors, it dragged on, I think, a very long time, and I think Angela Kang knows that, so that's why she's changing it up. And it's, the Whisperers were perfectly paced, in my opinion, and I never felt the Whisperers being too much or too little. Like, from the beginning to the end of the Whisper arc, I thought it was pretty great. Didn't feel too long or anything like that. So now that we're getting another group and it's going to be a whole new environment, that's, I think, only going to benefit the show. Now, when speaking about urban communities and stuff like that, the Whisperers, it fits. I mean, I'm not going to get too much into the comics or anything like that, but the Whisperers, they are a huge group. They have, I think, like, it was like 75,000 or something like that, or in the comics, but they have like tens and tens of thousands of people. So it's a big community, and I'm very interested to see how they're going to do it in the show, because that's a big community. Obviously, they're not going to show like 10,000 people, but the point is, it's going to be a real big community. I think with Maggie coming back, it's going to tie it all in. That's what I've always kind of been thinking about ever since Maggie left with Georgie. I'm still convinced Georgie is part of the Commonwealth. I'm still convinced. So we'll see. And the fact that Maggie's coming back now, the season 10 finale is going to probably be teasing the Commonwealth, and the season 11 is going to be the Commonwealth, and all these new urban communities. I'm still thinking that Maggie has a connection with the Commonwealth. So we'll see for sure, but in the finale, most likely towards the end, when the whisper war is done and they're gonna have a conversation about what's next. I think we're gonna learn what Maggie's been up to, and this kind of goes into the next topic with Angela Kang in the interview, talking about Maggie's role in season 10 or 11. So we know she's going to be in the season 10 finale, but season 11, it looks like she's going to be back to being like a series regular, which is great. So it's not just like a one episode thing. She's going to be back full time, which is awesome. So this is exactly what Angela Kang had to say about the Maggie situation. So she said, "We'll see Maggie come into the show, and there's not much I can say without being spoilery," Kang told comicbook.com, "but Maggie is part of the heart of these people's lives. There's so much love for her within our communities, and she was a leader at the time when so much of the leadership at the hilltop had been lost." So again, not too much, but moving forward, she said, "Even as we're working on season 11, we've got so much great stuff planned for her, so I'm just excited for her to be back in the family and for us to do more great stuff with Maggie." So there you go. Again, not too much, not giving us her storyline or anything. Well, kinda, it looks like she's gonna take back her leadership and be a great leader because everyone here really likes her. But yeah, she's gonna be like, a series regular in season 11. So I'm very interested to see her reaction to all this. I thought she wouldn't come at that, like, really, I thought it would, like, she was gonna miss out on the whole Whisper arc, but it's awesome that she's gonna come back at the very end. So it's gonna be interesting to see her reaction to the Whispers. I know that they've been sending her letters and keeping her posted about what's been going on. Like, she knows, about the Pikes and the characters who died and stuff like that. But it's going to be interesting to see her fight against the Whispers. And I'm interested to see if she's going to bring a crew of people with her. I think she will. That person that was in the woods, the hooded person that was helping out Alden and Aaron in the woods, that looks to be somebody. A lot of people think that's going to be someone who's helping out with Maggie, which definitely could be the situation. I know there's a lot of theories going around about that person. But it very well could be somebody who's attached to Maggie, and I think if Maggie knows that her people are in danger, I don't think she's gonna come by herself. I think she's gonna bring people to help out, and we also know Virgil's coming back, so this looks to be a pretty epic episode, the finale. But the point is that Maggie is back in season 11. Looks to be gonna have a big role in season 11, taking back the leadership from the hilltop. Or the hilltop, well, the hilltop doesn't even really exist right now. I mean, the kingdom, the hilltop, they're all pretty much gone. I mean, Alexandria is still there, but they're gonna have to do some rebuilding, which I don't even know if they're gonna do that, because remember, the Commonwealth is coming. I don't think there's gonna be like a time jump and then they're gonna come back in season 11. There's gonna be a bunch of new communities, or like the communities are going to be rebuilt and stuff like that, because I think they're going to be leading directly into the Commonwealth because of Princess and Maggie coming into season, near the end of season 10. I don't think there's going to be a time jump, so we'll see what happens, if they're going to rebuild the hilltop or what, or they're going to be too busy with the Commonwealth. But Maggie's back, and I'm excited since we're losing other characters like, Rick and Michonne. Maggie coming back is awesome. But yeah, speaking of Michonne, I also want to talk about this because Angela Kang was teasing some stuff about Michonne, and I want to know what other people think about this. So basically teasing that she can come back at any time, because with Michonne, she just sort of left. Like with Rick, we got the whole announcement of the movies and stuff like that, but Michonne, we didn't get too much. Now, the way her episode ended, she left and there was like a big community. Obviously she didn't die, so we're all assuming we're gonna see her again, but we just don't know when. So I want to read this interview before I get into it, but yeah, this is really interesting. Alright, so this was the same interview with Deadline. She said, I think we've got to live in a world where the characters live. I think they do have hope that she can come back again, Kang told Deadline. And obviously for the sake of the universe, but that's not really my realm. So I think she's referring to that's not really my realm, meaning that Scott Gimple is really in charge of the whole universe stuff and the whole cinematic thing, because they're working on the movies. But then she also said this, the hope is that, there's some story for her in a cinematic format, Kang said, but that door remains open if need be. So meaning that she's open to writing Michonne back into the show. It just really depends what direction they're going to be headed in the cinematic universe for The Walking Dead, because we know The Walking Dead movies are going to be in theaters, the whole Rick Grimes stuff. So that's what she's sort of hinting at there, that Michonne is going to be in the movies, because I think that's what everyone is sort of assuming, because that group at the end, with and then also finding the phone with Rick and Rick's boots and all that kind of stuff. So we're all assuming that Michonne is gonna be in the movies. But the question is, do you guys think that they're gonna come back at the end of The Walking Dead, whatever season that is? Season 12. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be season 12, but like season 13, 14, 15, whatever. Do you think Rick and Michonne will be back on the show, or at least like reunite, whatever it is? Like they come back to the show, or the show goes to them in like one final movie, whatever it is. Do you guys think something like that will happen? I definitely think so. I just feel like it'll be wrong if the show ends without the characters reuniting, especially Judith and Michonne and Rick, the kids. Like, I just feel like they should reunite. So, Michonne coming back to the Walking Dead TV show, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it. But again, the door is always open. So, I think by that she means, like, let's say something happens and the movies don't happen. They could write back the characters. Like, look, they wrote back Maggie. Lauren Cohan left for a little bit to go to another show, and then she's back. So I like the way she handles stuff, and she even says it there. Like, we need to know. We live in a world where characters live. So not every single time a character leaves a show they die. I know with The Walking Dead we always assume that because it's a show about the zombies, but I think she's saying that the door is always open. So down the road, I think, if they want to wrap things up, whether it's in the movie or the show, I do think there's gonna be like a really, I don't know. I feel like it should be like a solid like a movie, where everyone reunites. So let me know what you guys think about that. We could talk about that for hours because it's probably not gonna happen anytime soon. But I do think there will be like a reunion sometime soon. So let me know what you guys think. But I quickly wanted to make this video talking about season 11 and the update because we did get some news. They usually start filming in May, but again, we don't know when they're gonna start filming because of the lockdown and stuff like that. So we'll see. Any new information we get, I'll be covering on the channel, so be sure to stay tuned by hitting the subscribe button. But as far as this video goes, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Again, I hope you guys are all doing well. Please stay safe. Thank you guys for watching these videos. I do appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys soon.